Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 40. So, I started looking into a game that I used to play on the Commodore 64 a lot, and that was Montezuma's Revenge. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my Commodore 64 hooked up. I have plans to do it soon. I just have all these other systems hooked up and a whole bunch of other games that I wanted to get to. But I do have this game on the Sega Master System, which I did a video about a while ago, and I was surprised that I had this game because I know when I picked up my Sega Master System from, I think it was a thrift shop, I was just grabbing games whenever I saw them. I was just, oh, Sega games, grab it, buy it, whatever, and I threw them into a box. I didn't really play it too much at the time, so I kind of forgot I had it. And so when I realized I had it, I thought, that is awesome. Also, I've been playing Montezuma's Revenge on the Atari 2600, and the funny thing is I never knew it existed on the Atari 2600 because the Atari 2600, you think about it being such an older system that it wouldn't have such an advanced game. But then as I started to learn about all the other kinds of Atari games, like Hero and Ghostbusters was released, and like a lot of great games, and now it's not surprising that a game like that existed. Unfortunately, I don't own the game. I was playing it a lot on my emulator on the computer, but now that I have this guy, the Flashback Portable, I can just load the ROM on here and play it here, and I can connect it to my TV. And, it'll do until one day I actually get my hands on a physical copy of the cartridge. So, yeah, I just thought I want to try and see how they match up together. Now, obviously, like I do in all my other matchup videos, it's just a way. I just want to kind of play the games and see which ones I like better. See, not really say always trash the Atari or anything like that and say Sega is always going to be better. I mean it's an unfair comparison in most cases because the Sega did come out a little bit later. It had a much better processor and all that other stuff, and programming was different. And so this isn't really just to say, look, the Atari sucks and the Sega's better. This is really just to say, let's see how the Atari game plays, and let's see how the Sega game plays. So let's just try it out and have some fun. I guarantee you I'm going to suck at both of them because the game is not easy, and I don't have a lot of experience on the Sega one. Okay, so we got Montezuma's Revenge on the Atari 2600. Now, I actually was impressed with this. When I first saw this, I was expecting it to be a little bit worse than what it's actually showing here. And this is not bad for, the Atari 2600. Quite surprised. I mean, if I had this when I was a kid, I would have loved this game for sure. And I just got killed by a skull. Now, I find that the tricky thing with this game is learning your jumps. In other words, when you're going to jump over anything, you have to make sure that you're at that right spot. There really isn't a whole lot of wiggle room there. You get the sword. Now, the sword's a pretty good weapon to have. You're allowed to have about 5 items, I believe, and then it doesn't let you pick anything else up. Now, this is a pain in the butt, too. These beams of whatever. You have to be so precise when to move. Again, not a lot of wiggle room. Like that. Like that again. I mean, I just constantly run into these things, which really bothers me. Let's go down here. Ah, spider. So the sword only kills, I believe, the spiders and the skulls. But then you can face these snakes, which the sword does nothing, and you die. The good thing is, though, when you do get killed by something, it disappears after that, so you don't have to deal with it again. So where I'm going now, because I've played this so many times, I kind of figured out the pattern of where I'm supposed to go. When I first played this, I had no idea. I was like running all over the place, trying to find the keys, trying to figure out where. And this thing above me, this is a torch, and I realized that this is like the first thing you need to get, because there's rooms where you enter it and it's completely black. So unless you have the torch, you're not going to know where the hell you're going. I'm just going to wait by these beams again. Fine, I have to keep going through these things. Ah. Come on. You can do it. Last man. Jump over the spider. Have to fly across the air to get that final key. So really you just need to get the 2 keys, and then you can get to the end, because there's 2 doors blocking the end. Those are just jewels that if you get those, you get good points, and then I always screw this up too. And if you get enough points, try one more time. See if I can get pretty far without dying. If you get enough of the points, you get another man. I'm not sure. I don't have a manual. I should probably look that up on the internet. But, there's those skulls. They don't really do anything as long as you're fast. Get the sword. Oops. Like I said, I mean, this is pretty impressive for an Atari 2600 game. Kind of like Hero, where you get these multiple levels, multiple looks to each level, to each area. Whoa, what happened there? Go up here, up there. Whoa. Okay, I'm just doing something wrong. There we go. I just killed the skull with my sword. Unfortunately, the sword too is only a one-shot deal. Once you use it, you lose it. Oh. I think my problem is I'm trying to race. Another thing is there's no timer, so I mean really you can just take your time and do it properly, not try to rush through it like I'm doing right now. I'm kind of looking stupid doing it. Let's see. Oh. Now I've been playing this for a while, and I think the furthest I've gotten, after you get through this, you get a second kind of world, and then you go to another one after that, and it just gets harder and harder from there. And yeah, I'm just terrible. Okay, over to the Sega. Now this is the Sega Master System, not the Sega Genesis, like I said before. Okay, so that's, I guess, my guy there going up to the temple. Choose level of play. Press left or right to change level. Press start key to select level. Okay, no problem. I'll just hit start. Alright, it gives you the storyline. Let's not worry about that right now. Now, I remember this from the Commodore 64 version. I don't have much experience actually playing the Sega Master System version. But I did play the Commodore 64 version, and right away I could see that this is pretty much mimicking what I was playing on the Commodore 64. Not sure which one came first, so... oh, look. Got that skull, just like in the Atari one. The jumps are a little more smoother, of course. There's a snake there. So these levels are a little bit different. There's more levels in this one as well. So to be fair, I'm not just going to go by the graphics and say, oh, obviously this is a better game because of the graphics. So this one has different color keys. And this is actually a pretty decent version, though. I mean, from what I remember in the playing it on the Commodore 64, this is actually pretty neat. And there we go, falling into a pit of fire. Where do I go? Oh. Wow. Okay. How do I get back up now? Is it one of those really, really long jumps? It's one of these games where I guess you really have to get a feel of the controls. I am literally stuck here. And it's game over. And I'm stuck again. Oh, okay. There we go. This is the old trial and error. Out of the way, Snake. Okay. I like how the doors look like they're open now, and obviously the Atari, they just make the door disappear. Graphics aren't too bad in this. This is Sega Master System, so it's, you know, some people say that Sega Master System has better graphics than the original Nintendo. Yeah, I can't go through that door because I don't have a blue key, so I'll just continue. There's a few more different kinds of things other than just the regular jewel. Big diamond. Oh, there's a fire on the ground there. Much more obstacles. I think I'll just run this way. Spiders look kind of weird to me. I don't know why. They look strange. Oh, that's a lot of doors. Wonder if that's the exit. I think this character's name is Panama Joe. Or am I thinking of Miner 2049er? Those graphics look strange there. Now this, I can only assume the only way to do this is with the sword. I guess you have to use it at that point. It's got some nice conveyor belts going on here. Whoa. Oh. His jumps are a lot more agile than the Atari. And there's a much more clearance when you do jump. I find that's the one hard part about the Atari, is it like I said, it's got to be a precise jump at the right time or you don't make that jump. Yeah, I got a blue key. I hope I can go up this. Yeah. There's another blue key. The music's very similar. The sound effects and all that stuff, very similar. Okay, so I can go through this door. Got another sword. It's got the same capacity too, of 5 items. Kinda sucks. Guess this guy didn't carry a very big backpack with him. And of course I can't go up that one. Oh, I can. Overall though, I think this is a fun game. I could see myself playing this a few more times. Now, the reason why honestly I chose Atari and Sega is because I don't really have this game other than on the Commodore. And I haven't actually hooked up the Commodore 64 yet. I'm going to be doing that soon. But so far I haven't got to that point. Whoops. Well, that was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with this one actually. The Sega Master System one. I'll probably play this one a few more times just for fun. Just to see how far I can get. Like I said a couple of times, I did play it quite a bit on the Commodore 64. But that was a long time ago. So, I mean, there was a lot I forgot about. And I was using a different controller. It was a little bit of a different game. As far as the Atari one, I think it's cool, and I've been playing it a lot. I mean, because I have the portable now, I take this almost everywhere I go, and that's usually the first game I've been booting up is Montezuma's Revenge, and I've been playing it and trying to get a knack of the jumping and the timing of those beams, because I find that is where the real skill comes in. Once you learn the layout, once you know where you got to go, I mean, the game's not going to be hard from that point on. There really isn't much more you can do with the game. I mean, once you understand it, you know where you have to go. I'm sure there's people that could, whiz right through it and get as far as you can, get the higher points and all that stuff. Maybe I'll get better as I play this, and hopefully one day I'll actually get the Atari cartridge itself, the physical cartridge. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have a favorite here. I'm not going to say that the Atari one was better or the Sega one was better. I think they're both great games. I enjoyed them, especially respecting the systems that they're on. And I've heard from somebody on one of the, I don't know if it was the YouTube or Facebook group, that said, I think it was Facebook, someone said that there's actually a Game Boy Color version, which that sounds cool. I didn't know about that. Anyways, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the game. If you have any experience playing it, did you ever play the Sega one or any version for that matter? And what you thought of the game, because I think it's cool, and I'll definitely play it again. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe, and talk to you later. Thank you for watching Brian's Man Cave, and to all those who have subscribed to my channel, and to all those who like to leave comments. Just as a reminder, I also have a page called Man Cave Connections. This is where you have a chance to show off your own man cave or woman cave, and also look at others. Just simply go to www.briansmancave.com for details, and you'll see a menu item which says Man Cave Connections.